Oh, look at that, y'all. That is so cool. This is just something I've been thinking a lot about. I know how silicone reacts with paint to create cells, and I know that silicone is going to cause it's going to cause the resin to separate, and it did, but how flipping cool is that? Oh man. I use white pool noodles from Dollar Tree to attach the glasses to the turner arm because they are very flexible and you can make just about any glass fit on the turner. My glasses are from Dollar Tree too. The cup turner I have is no longer available, but I have a link below to a two arm version from the same maker. Then just make sure your glasses are clean. You can use alcohol or a baby wipe, and then you're ready for resin. So MICAS resin, liquidy split in my silicone cups, and I'm going to mix up 40 milliliters. Doing four glasses, so I'm going to mix up 40 because I don't want a lot of resin on these glasses for this look. So for this look, you just don't need a whole lot of resin. You just don't need it. And so why waste resin? Okay, so I've mixed up 40 milliliters of the KS resin liquidy split, which is absolutely perfect for wine glasses that you're doing on a tumbler because not only is the resin thick, but it's a fast cure, and it's a fast cure that does not need the depth of a mold, so it's perfect for glasses. All right, so I'm gonna get this turning the way that I want it. Oh my gosh. There we go. I am going to put, let's see, I'm going to split some off into a cup, and this is where my white's going to go. Now, I've mixed up 40 milliliters, but I'm only going to use 10 milliliters per glass. I've mixed up extra because I'm going to use it in another project. So I'm going to put a little bit in that cup, and I'm going to put in 1 drop of the Let's Resin Ocean White. 1 good drop. Mix that. Mix it really well. Okay, you don't want any solid streaks in there. And then in the rest of my cup, I'm going to put in, oh, I have my stick. I'm going to use my scissors. I'm going to put in probably 1/4 teaspoon of the Eye Candy No Con Glue. I'm going to clean off my scissors. And then when you are mixing mica powder in with your resin, you want to mix it really, really well because you don't want any dry spots. Okay. 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 And then probably I'm going to wipe my stick off. I can use it again. All right. So let's get a thin layer. I'm only going to use probably this much of the glass with this. Okay, we'll see. You know, I change my mind all the time. I don't want to resin all the way to the top, and I am not going to resin the very bottom of the glass, like the bottom, because I don't like the wonkiness. I don't like it when resin gets on the very bottom because it gets uneven and you just have, you know, those issues. This does seem like a very light layer, and it is. It's a light layer. I'm gonna put a little bit more, but you don't need a whole lot of resin. I mean, when you put a lot of resin on a glass, what's going to happen is as the glass turns, even though this is a fast cure, the resin is going to want to naturally turn because it's physics, right? So as the glass turns, it's pulling that resin to the very bottom, and then you end up with a chunky bottom and a big kind of a big lump right there at the bottom, even with the fast cures. So that's why I don't put a big thick layer. And if you can always add a top coat if that's the look that you want. And so now with my white, I'm going to just try something. I'm gonna just put a line here at the top, and it's not going to be a thick line. Oops, got a drip there. And then just probably a pretty straight, as straight as I can get it. Okay, so on both sides. You see that? Both glasses. Wait for it to come around. Little secret there. Oh goodness. So the pool, I'm just moving the pool noodle. I'm not moving the turner arm, but I'm moving the pool noodle that's on the turner arm because it's fairly loose. And you can do that. So you can kind of turn your glass yourself. Like if you need to hit a certain spot, you can do that. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay. Okay. So get my heat gun plugged in. And so now I'm going to put low heat and high air. I'm going to blow, get these bubbles out. And this also heats up the resin a little bit. And what this is going to do is it's going to make it a little bit easier for you to blow the waves out. So now I'm just going to push. Let's see if I can get you up here. So I'm pushing that white with my heat gun. Pushing it out, and you can see it's starting to get lacy. It's starting to get cells, and you just don't want to leave it in one spot for too long, okay? And then just as it turns, it's going to keep creating really, really pretty effects. And if you want, you can blow up from the bottom too. I think I just stuck my boob in that. Oh my gosh. and then I'm going to blow up. And what that'll do, it'll kind of redistribute the resin a little bit more. You might get a drip because it's wanting to pull to the bottom, so this will kind of redistribute it a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to try something I've never seen done before, and I'm going to try it. So normally you don't want silicone anywhere near resin because resin will react to it and it pulls away. But I want to see what would happen. I want to see what would happen if I dragged some silicone through here. So this is just an experiment, right? I'm happy with the glasses the way they are. So I just have some silicone oil. I got this on Amazon. This is just silicone oil for lubing a sewing machine or a treadmill or whatever. So I've got some, I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. And then just a toothpick. Got some, and I'm gonna drag it through. And a little goes a long way. Look at that. That's just pretty cool. That's pretty freaking cool. I literally, all I did was dip the toothpick in it. And look what it's doing. It's separating. I have a feeling it's going to push that resin onto the bottom, and I might have a little bit of a mess on the bottom, but I don't care. So this one I think I'm going to try along closer to the top. And see, it doesn't look like much now, but it's going to keep spreading. Get a little bit more on there. That is really, really cool. I'm gonna try to put one more band. That's really neat. I wonder if I add, I don't know, this one's behaving better, like there's more separation than this one, but it may just be that I need to clean my little stick off. Maybe there's more resin on it, I don't know. But that's really cool. So I'm gonna try to add, I think I got a dot right there, like in one or two spots, and just see what happens. This one's really pretty. Okay, so a couple of observations real quick. On this one, the resin is sort of gathering around the bottom like I said it would, you know, because that's just the force of the glass. It's, you know, pure physics. So adding the silicone oil is encouraging the resin to pull a little bit more. So I probably do not need to put it so close to the bottom because I think we're going to end up with a knobby bottom that I may have to sand off. I don't want to mess with it just yet. But look at this one. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a really cool experiment. So I'm going to come back, I'm going to let this turn, and I'm going to come back in probably an hour and see what we've got going on here. And I should have taken the price tag off first. but it's no worries. I can get it off. The resin is already setting though, so I'm happy with that. All right, let's come back in a couple hours. I'm really nervous. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know what these are gonna be like. So it's 5 o'clock. I started these at 11. It's 5:20, and they're still maybe a slightly little bit tacky, but not really. They're fully cured. Well, not fully cured, but they're cured enough that I can take them off of the turner arm. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh, that is really freaking cool. You can't see the texture. I don't know if you can see it, but this is ridged. So that silicone flippin' worked. It separated the resin just enough that it's leaving really, really nice ridged areas. So I don't know if you remember a video I did a while back where I was trying to get this look with regular resin and I failed. The reason being because the resin kept wanting to pull down onto the glass, and all the colors blended. It was awful. But this is this is beautiful. It's a wave look just with texture. And so it's definitely ridged. Oh, this is a keeper for sure. And this one, I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to see it. I don't want to see it either. This is the one where I added, oh, look at that, y'all. That is so cool. This is just something I've been thinking a lot about. I know how silicone reacts with paint to create cells, and I know that silicone is going to cause it's going to cause the resin to separate, and it did. But how flipping cool is that? Oh man. You know, here's the thing. You can only create so many wave wine glasses before you just need to try something new. And this is definitely something new for me. So I'm definitely going to be exploring this a little bit more. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is really, really cool. This almost looks like little owl eyes, sort of, kind of. What do you think? Um, but I do need to take the price tags off and I need to clean these. So let me show you how I take the price tags off. And honestly, I should have done this from the beginning, but I didn't. This was definitely a good experiment. This was definitely a good experiment. I am so, so, so happy with that. What do you think? Is this a keeper? Do we need to try this again? I think we need to try this again. I'm really, really happy. So thanks for coming along for the ride, and you're going to see a lot more of this very, very soon. So make it a crafty day, friends. Bye.